Hey, welcome to Cardboard Matt. I'm Will, and today we're going to be playing Maquis. This is a game designed by Jake Staines, in which you were playing as part of the French resistance during World War II, fighting against occupation, and you are going to be playing as resistance agents, trying to complete different missions to help with the war efforts. I'm going to be explaining how to play the game, going through a full playthrough, and then giving my review afterwards. This is a solo-only game, and I will also be playing the newest Kickstarter version, which does contain a few extra locations and mission cards, but if you have the original game, the gameplay is still identical. So let's head down and I'll show you how to play. All right, so here I have the game set up for a medium or tricky difficulty game, which you will be having 2 workers in your safe house and 2 in a cafe. You will randomly select 2 different missions from your choice of difficulty. You could pick from 1-star or 2-star missions, or there's even a couple of beginner no-star missions. And there are some extra hard 3-star missions. And you'll be randomly placing these at the top of the board, connected by roads. And then you'll have your patrol deck, some cues used for marking missions, and the rest are set off of the resources are set off to some different places on board. And then how to play is you will spend each round sending out your different resistance agents to gather materials and complete various objectives and missions in order to kind of push back the occupation in the town. But the patrols are going to be kind of moving around trying to catch you. So how that works is that at the start of the round, you're going to determine first how many patrols will be placed out in that round. This is going to be based on the morale track. So you're going to see that the red number here is at a 3, but the black numbers is sort of like a different measurement. So how that works is you're going to look at which is highest, the red number, or how many agents you have currently recruited, and that is the number of patrol that you'll place out. The type of patrols is you'll always start with the blue milice patrols. They're essentially the regular standard police. But as the soldiers come out, which they'll be bumped up the track here, every time you shoot or kill a milice, that will reduce morale by 1, but also raise a soldier by 1. So you will essentially replace a milice by a soldier for each number that is shown. But also, if you have more more soldiers than the number determined by the morale track, you will put that many soldiers out anyways. The soldiers also cannot be shot, because they are trained fighters. So you do have to watch out for that. They're a little hard to get rid of. But right now we're going to start with 3 because I only have 2 agents, and the morale tracker shows a 3 there. Now, however, also each round you will advance the round tracker, and on standard difficulty, whenever you land on a orange spot, you will also be lowering the morale. So that can raise the number of patrol that come out as well. And if you choose to play on a harder difficulty, instead of the orange track, you will look at the little triangles, and will lower morale each time you move the round marker onto a triangle instead. Okay, so how a round plays is you are going to alternate sending out your workers to different locations around the board or to missions, and then you will flip a patrol card. So let's, for example, send one of my workers out to the black market, and then you'll flip a patrol card. Each patrol card will have 3 different locations in order. You are going to attempt to send a patrol to these each in order, and you'll look at, in order, which is the first available location that doesn't have one of your workers. So in this case, it would be Radio B. and the patrol will go here. And then, maybe I'll go. I'm not going to play ideally here. Maybe I'll send a worker out to the fence. Draw another patrol card. Okay, he's going to radio A now, because that's the first available spot. And then, oops. So that's just my 2 workers. There's still 1 more patrol left. Radio B is already occupied, so then he will go to the grocer. And that is all the patrols, so I can stop drawing there. I will mention you can always choose to look through the discard pile to see what cards have already been played. And based on the designers' comments in the BGG forums, you are also allowed to look through the patrol deck so long as you shuffle it before you draw the next card. So you can kind of see what the odds are that patrol will come around to your area. So once you've done placing all of your workers and all the patrols, then you're going to see if any of your agents get caught. So each agent needs to be able to trace a route back to a safe house, or he is arrested. So in this case, I'm fine. Both of my agents can trace a route. However, maybe we're in a situation, let's see, like this, or even like that. So here, this agent that's at the black market cannot trace a route back to the safe house. So he is arrested. If you're playing on a harder difficulty, whenever an agent is arrested, you will also lower morale. When an agent is arrested, they are removed from the game. You can no longer replace them by recruiting a new agent, because you only have 2 available agents to recruit in the pile. Instead of being arrested, however, you could choose to spend a weapon to shoot an agent, but this can only be done when an agent is blocking, when a patrol is blocking the path. You can't do it at a time of patrol placement. Also, while you're placing agents, you could, at a time of placement, place a fake documents, papers, along with the agent, which will allow him to bypass 1 patrol on the way home. So this guy would be arrested, this guy would do what he needs to do, and then would find his way back home. Now you can aid yourself by making different spare rooms into additional safe houses, and I'll explain how that works when I cover different locations on the board. So different locations, many of them just give you the resources. Some of them will have options shown by the slash. So for example, you can receive documentation, or, which is not the fake IDs, but documentation, which can be used as intel, or you can call in a airdrop. How an airdrop works is you'll get to choose to add to the field either a money or a weapon or 3 food. And you get to choose which field it goes to, which then in the later round, you'd have to send an agent to go pick up those items that have been dropped in the field. But it is a good way to get some resources, and possibly the only way to get money aside from defense. So then we have the doctor gives medicine. We have the fence lets you spend money to buy a weapon. We have food. You can spend a food or a medicine to get money, but also lose a morale. You can feed the poor by spending a food and medicine to raise morale. The grocer just gives food. At the cafe, you can recruit a new worker, which again, you are limited by how many you can recruit by spending food. And probably most importantly, we have the spare rooms. There are 3 different spare rooms. Each one costs 2 money, and then will allow you to choose a spare room from the collection of spare rooms available to you. Now there's slightly more spare rooms available in the newer deluxe version of the game, but really they're more specific to different missions, so you're not really missing out if you own just the original printing of the game. So spare rooms are these nice little tiles that slot into the board and can do things like provide you an additional safe room where you can draw a line back to. or or get morale, or some mission-specific items like a pharmacist where you can spend 2 minutes in to get poison and things like that. So they will provide additional actions. Also, I will mention if you see one of these stars on a location, that means that your agent will perform the action even if he would be caught on the way home. So he would essentially get to do what he's intending to do, but then he gets arrested. Whereas other locations will not perform the action. He will just get arrested. So do be aware of that. How the mission cards work, some of them will have a star, meaning that they will perform the mission even if they get arrested. And you would have to go to that location and essentially just fill in the different things required. So in this case, I would need to provide information, and then I could use one of these yellow cubes to cover over that thing, and then return. Some of them will require certain timing in terms of when the missions can be completed, and some of them may also have you running around the board dropping off cubes at different locations to complete the missions. So they're all a little bit different, so make sure you read those. And that is basically it for the game. It is not too difficult in terms of the rules overhead, but it is quite a challenge in terms of playing. And so we're now going to play through a solo player game on medium difficulty with a level 1 and a level 2 mission. And let's begin. Oh, by the way, also on medium difficulty, the game will end on round 12 instead of getting all the way to the end. So I have a slightly shorter amount of time in order to complete this. So my objectives right now, I have the underground newspaper. Here it says, get the word out and counter the propaganda and the occupation. Deliver 2 intel to this location on 3 separate days. So I need a lot of intel. I'm going to be visiting the radio quite a bit. There is, however, also a informant room, which might come in handy. So I could get that intel a little bit easier. Then the level 2 mission is coded messages. It says, knowledge is power. Work with other resistance fighters from other cities to monitor the occupation. Train a cryptographer, then have them communicate with other resistance operatives. So a worker must be placed here by the end of day 6 and must remain here until the end of day 10. Which basically means that I am not able to let him get captured. So I need to... Oh no, so he just stays there. He doesn't try to return home. He would stay there, but I have to provide a way for him to get home on day 10. Okay, so let's begin. I can't remember whether I shuffled these or not. I have 3 milice, or the police who will come out. And I think, maybe my objective should be getting that spare room with the informant is probably going to be key to get out here. And I think the closest one is probably the best bet. Now, you do normally want to kind of create a path and kind of lock in a path for your guys to get back, because otherwise it's going to be very hard to complete anything. But I'm going to need some money as well. And let's see, on this difficulty, I do not start off with any resources. On easier difficulties, you can start off with some bonuses, but not in this case. So I'm gonna have to go get some food right away, and then maybe trade some food for some money, which will lower my morale. But I think that getting an extra room is gonna be key. So I could use the airdrop to bring in some money without losing morale. So that might be a good plan. But why don't I try that. I'm going to, I don't want to take a risk that the black market is going to get caught. So maybe let's head over to the first radio A and see what happens. Okay, first patrol is going to radio B. Now I do want to ensure this guy can actually get home. So I think I'm going to send my other worker to Pont-l'Evêque, even though there is no benefit of going there. It will ensure that you can actually get home. So it's kind of playing it safe, but we'll see what happens. Oh, you want this is good. Pont-l'Evêque, but then black market. So I've maintained the route home now. And then next one, yeah, Pont-l'Evêque again. So I would have been caught probably if I had not gone there. And then Pont-du-Nord. All right, so my guys can go home safely now. I'm gonna call in the radio to drop some money off at an airfield, and then he'll go home. All right, next round, I'm still looking at having 3 Maquis come out. Haven't had to shoot anybody yet, that's good. So let's go pick up the money. Or you want, maybe I'll wait and get that later. So let's go back to the radio again. Okay, radio A is already got a guy on it. So there, I'm now gonna go to Rue Baradat. Okay, so do I want to risk? Pont-l'Evêque has already shown up a couple times, so it might be safe now. So do I risk going to the grocer and get some food? I think I'm going to try risking it. All right, so now we have the fence, and then let's see, the poor district. Okay, so that worked out well. I can still trace my guy back home and call in some more money. Sorry, to an empty field. So I have to go to a separate location. And this guy goes and gets some food. All right, so I'm not doing too badly for money. However, I haven't gotten any kind of intel yet. All right, next round. Let's put these guys back. Still just putting out 3 Maquis, which is okay. And do I want to hire a worker? Yeah, it might be good to hire a worker now because I have a food. So I can start doing a little more things and go pick up some money. So this is essentially going to be a wash. It doesn't really matter where they're going to go because I'm not leaving home. Radio A, the grocer, and radio B. All right, so I'm going to spend the food to get a new agent, and I'm going to pick up this money and go home. You can choose the order you resolve things in, by the way. All right, on to the third round. This is going to lower morale. We're still good. We're still only putting out 3 Maquis. So maybe we should go ahead right away and put in our spare room. So let's go to the field first. And you know what, maybe I'm going to lock down the grocer and get that one safe first. And then, oh, you know what, this worked out well because I managed to protect myself from the grocer. So I'm instead going to send Maquis to the poor district. And then now let's go to the spare room. And we're going to shuffle. And block up Pont-l'Evêque. And then for my last guy, I'm going to go pick up that last money in the field and send him to the black market. Okay, so I'm going to collect the food, collect the money, and then spend the money on the informant, which will be quite handy to get easy intel. I think that might be the key to this mission. We'll see. Okay, so we're at round 4 already. I do need to send a worker here by the end of day 6 with the things required. So I kind of have to do that soon. I have the food, I need money though, and I need a weapon. So that might mean I'm going to both of the radios, which I think is not ideal. Okay, so let's start with radio A. Okay, Maquis is going to the grocer. I'm gonna, you know, Pont-l'Evêque has already shows up twice, So do I want to risk not going to Pont l'Evêque? You know, I think it's time to take a peek here. So how many times does Pont l'Evêque show up first? So only twice. And it doesn't really show up at all. Well, it shows up once the second time. So as long as this card doesn't show up, then I'm good. I don't have to go to Pont l'Evêque. All right, let's hope I don't get lucky here. Otherwise, I've pretty much lost the game. there's no way I'm going to be able to pull back if Pont l'Evêque captures. That allows me to capture two guys. So I'm going to go to the doctor, and let's draw another card. Grocer or Pont de Nord. Okay, this is fine. And do I want to risk? Do I want to risk it? There's how many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a 1 in 6 chance that I'm going to lose the game probably right now. I'm going to risk that. Let's go to the field. Or do I think I can make it to Radio B and home? Let's see what's available here. So Radio B, Roubarda, that would be fine. Roubarda would be fine. Fence would be fine. Fence would be fine. Radio A, Pont l'Evêque would be putting me in trouble. Radio B, Grocer, Black Market would also put me in trouble. So 2 of the 6 cards would result in that guy being captured. It's not ideal. So maybe I'll just head straight over to the field to pick up the airdrop. And Radio B, okay, good, we're safe. All right, so visiting a doctor to get some medicine, calling in radio to get, maybe I should get the gun this time. Yeah, I'm gonna buy the gun this time. And then this guy is gonna pick up the gun and bring it home. All right, so that worked out pretty well. Now on to round 5. I need to pick up the money this round for sure. And then I have to go and bring it to that location. So I could do them both in the same round, but I think I might wait one. So let's do need to airdrop in again. Some money. I mean, I can sell food or medicine for money, but that will lower morale, raising the Maquis to 4. Which is going to go up to 4 next round anyways. So do I want to risk it? I've been pretty lucky with visiting the radio. But how lucky will I be? Pont l'Evêque has not shown up yet. But that one card I didn't like. That was Radio A and then Pont l'Evêque would cut me off pretty quickly. Radio B is still out there, and Grocer, so that would cut me off if I went to Radio B. If I went to Radio B, what's my chances of getting home through the black market? Oh, actually pretty good. Maybe I'll visit Radio B this time. So let's shuffle that up. Okay, let's go to Radio B. And Radio A is being blocked. So I think the black market is safe. Oh, I didn't look at the grocer. Is the grocer showing up? Radio B, grocer, black market. Oh, that's the one I don't want. So I can't really use my spare room right now. It's a bit of a risk. I mean, I could just send my worker right up. So as long as, it wouldn't even matter if Pont de Nord shows up. As long as I have that money by the end of the round, I could send my guy up to the mission. So maybe I'll hit up the field. And let's draw Radio A, Pont l'Evêque, okay. And then I'm gonna send my last guy up to do the mission. And then we have Radio B, you know what? That's not good. That's not good at all. The grocer showed up. So I'm actually in big trouble here. I may have just lost the game. Okay, let's see if I can recover here. So the field is unfortunately useless. And I may have to use my gun. Otherwise, I'm going to lose 2 guys because he won't be able to complete the mission. You know what, so let's leave the guy in the field. So he's going to shoot the grocer, Maquis, which is going to raise the soldier level. That's not great. And then he's going to call in the radio for, let's do another gun. This guy's going to pick up the gun. Oops. And then he's just going to have to come home because he doesn't have what he needs to complete his mission. So it's not the end of day 6 yet. I'm still okay. However, morale is lowering, so I need 4 guys now. That's not great. So I need 3 Maquis and 1 soldier. Now I could try to. Oh, I need a food. Yeah, I have to get money this turn, or I'm going to be toast. So let's see. So fence. Pondnaw. I can't let Pondnaw. Actually, I can't let Pondnaw get captured because my guy's staying here. If he had to return home from the mission, I'd be in trouble. But he doesn't. He's not actually returning home. He's staying there. So let's call in the radio. I think we're going to. I think we're going to radio A. Okay, they're going to the fence. Let's put him out. And then we're going to the field. Okay, and Pondnaw, which is actually fine because they don't resolve till the end. And then I'm going to go to the code messages. And as long as this guy can trace his way back, this is going to be a little bit risky because I have to draw 2 more cards. And I can't use the gun anymore. I need to save that gun or I'm not going to be able to get my way home. So, Polnovec, okay, he can still find his way back. He can still get back. Oh no, wait. Oh, he can't. No, because I can't go around the top. Oh no. I might have failed that mission. Yeah, because I have the gun. No, I don't think there's any way I can complete this because this is by the end of day 6. So let's put out the last worker here. Radio A, no. Polnovec, no. Black market. Yeah, so even if I could get around, there is no way he can get home. It is not a star. If it was a star, he'd be able to call in a radio drop and still get the thing I need, the money I need to complete the message, even though he sacrifices himself. However, it is not a star location. So unfortunately, that means it's curtains for me. So he's going to get captured and be gone. And then I don't have what I need to complete the mission because I can't get the money. So he doesn't complete the mission. He's going to get captured, and I fail this mission. So that is unfortunately, I believe the game ends. Oh, actually, no. I can still do a draw. So technically, if you only complete 1 mission, it counts as a draw instead of a loss. You only lose if your last worker is arrested, or you fail all the missions, or the morale reaches the end, or your round marker reaches the end. So I haven't lost yet, but I only have 1 worker left, which is not good. So let's play it out and see what happens. Yeah, I have a food. I've got stuff. So let's go recruit somebody first. And then let's just go fast here. So Radio B, Polnovec, fence, grocer. Okay, that's fine. I've spent my food. I get my other worker. So I still have 2 guys. All right, I'm still hanging in there. Okay, I need to hit up the informants. The grocer card has already been by. Is there another top? There's another top level grocer. I can't remember what I moved around marker. I don't think I did. Okay, so that lowers my morale. I'm still at 4. All right, so I need a lot of intel. So the grocer shows up, I'm in trouble. If I visit Radio B, I would still be fine. So let's 1 in 4 chance. All right, let's. Oh, you went, but I have 4 things. I need to draw them all. Okay, all right, grocer. Fence. Then I'm going to do my informant. Grocer, Pont de Nord. Radio B. And Radio A. Okay, so I'm going to get food. And I'm going to get information. All right, not doing so well. I only have 1 info, and I need to serve 6. And I'm on around 10. Not good at all. Okay, so 3 separate days. So essentially, I have to deliver. I have to deliver now. So let's risk it. We're gonna have to risk it. Okay, Radio A is blocked. And I need to go to the informant again. So let's see where my guys go. Grocer, yep, I'm trapped. Fence. And Polivec. And that is it. Both my guys get captured. And I've lost the game. So that should give you an idea of how the game is not to be played. And let's head back and I'll give you my review. So as you can see, Maquis is a very challenging game, even on normal difficulty with semi-easy missions. There is a little bit of luck involved with the card draw, but you can kind of look ahead and see what cards are coming up and what the chances of your guys actually getting caught are. And the route building, where you're essentially trying to ensure that you have a safe route home, is good. Looking in hindsight, if you watched my playthrough, instead of building the informant, I probably should have put the safe house on the other side of the board, allowing me easy access to Radio A and back home again. Since I would need to be there a lot, I would essentially be, or even put on the on this side upper to the upper position, so I could visit Radio B and go back to the safe house. And that way I could essentially ensure that I'm never going to get caught there, or at least the chances of getting caught are extremely low. So maybe next time I'll try that route if I get this mission again. The variety missions is quite good. There are, there's quite a few missions here to choose from, and they all feel fairly different too. Some of them involve you going around the board, dropping off cubes to do certain things. Some of them require delivering stuff to the mission locations, or leaving a guy there for a long period of time, so you're short a worker, and then he comes back to you, so you gotta give him a safe passage home. There's really some nice variety. The patrol cards, always give you just that little bit of randomness of where your workers are going to go, or get captured rather. But there's also some options, because they're only going to capture you if they cannot place a worker in a free spot. And this really allows you to kind of plan out and map your progress pretty well. There's some other mitigation as well, like getting the papers, which will allow you to walk past one of the patrols, or the gun, where you can just straight up kill a patrol, but you can get home. I mean, I could have used a gun in the last round, but there was no hope for me at that point. It would have been done. So I think in terms of, let's cover components first. Component quality is really nice. The cards are good quality, linen finish, really nice cards. The component pieces are all nice. There's nice chunky spare room items. The cubes are color coordinated well and have nice shapes and stuff to them. And the board is this really cool double layered folded board, so the pieces all slot into them nicely. So there's really good tactile feel. Even the insert, the box, is functional and works well. The graphic design, this is done by Ilia, who's a fairly well-known designer who's done a lot of more, I guess you could say, free-to-play or print-and-play type games. He's also, by the way, the one that did the Dune visual redesign, which then got picked up by Gale Force 9, and they, in fact, liked the redesign so much they paid him to use it. So he has some popularity in the board game world in that sense. So the design is clean and it's nice. The art is stylized but quite functional. And in terms of theme, I really think the theme is strong in this. Like you can really feel the patrols and things trying to close in your guys, and you're trying to ensure that you've got a safe route home. You're visiting these different contacts throughout the city to like get medicine, and things from the doctor, and get food from the grocers, and perform these different missions to sabotage the patrols so that you can help the war effort. And I think that theme does really work well. Being able to shoot the milice, but the soldiers are too strong. They're too good at fighting and too well armored, so you are not able to shoot them. But you could show like your fake documents, but that's only going to work so often. I think the theme really comes through, even especially with the messages, right? Like I had the underground newspaper event where you need to deliver lots of intel over a period of time for them to print their papers. I think the missions and the gameplay really gives a good tie-in to the theme, and that's always really nice to see. I do like my theme in my games, and that works well. The morale, everything works quite well. So I would definitely give this a high recommendation. It is solo only, however, so if you are looking for a multiplayer game, sorry, this is not going to work. But if you are looking for a fairly quick, fairly easy to set up, but still quite challenging solo playing game with a little bit of deduction, you're likely to probably lose a lot. But if you're okay with that, then this is definitely a high recommendation. It's also a small box too, so it's going to fit on your shelf pretty easily as well. And relatively inexpensive for the size. So check it out. Thanks for watching my review, and please like and subscribe.